Hello friends, welcome back. It's BigDenoPlays. We're back for another game of Ashes. This is our 5th episode for the channel of Ashes Reborn. It's a wonderful little game, bite-sized pieces of a game actually. Yeah, I think most of the games I've played have only gone for about 40 or 50 minutes. And there's something quite appealing about that, so I'm enjoying that. I'd like to try a campaign, so we're gonna try a campaign after this episode and see if we can defeat the level 3 heroic Chimera in the campaign. We're not going to try that I think even just with a normal deck, the deck building, we might struggle. So I'll pick one of the decks I haven't played for our little campaign run through. Maybe one that I'm not excited about playing. See if I can get excited. But for this episode, we are playing against the Spawn of Shadowreck, which is here, which is the Shelob monster. And we're going to play it on Heroic 2. I have actually only ever played Heroic 2 once before, and that is in this practice game that I did for this episode. Heroic level 2. So 6 little guys on the board and a health of 35. It's sort of quite similar to the ebb and flow of standard level 3, and I was able to get through that. I think it'll be interesting to see how we handle this. So 1, a 2, a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 2. Let's shuffle this bad boy up and let's get cracking. So we're playing Namine Hymntide. And she uses all sympathy magic. I was not excited about this particular Phoenix Born when I first received her. I was a bit unexcited, but sympathy magic is great. Drawing extra cards is great, and some of these abilities are incredible. So yeah, like the Shatter Pulse to destroy an opponent that we control, really effective. Guilt Link is another way to destroy someone else. Skull Stallions can be absolute murder horses, and then the Salamander Monk is just a great little blocking unit. It's a slow deck. It takes time to build, and we need to basically give it that time, stay alive as much as possible using Salamander Monks. I did win the practice game. Things went really well. The draw on my early cards that I drew was actually probably the most important thing. So let's see what we've got to play with. I'd love to see some horsies. And we get just one horsey, but we get a lot of music notes. So that's probably going to be fine. We're probably not going to need to do too much meditation to get us underway. So let's just let's plan it out. So I usually like to have an ally on the board as my first action, but instead I think we're going to put down a Salamander Monk and bring one next turn. And then we'll actually bring Guilt Link next. So unless we roll your Phoenix Born gets attacked, which happens quite a lot. Right, what do we do? A 4, attack, yes, if able, but it cannot attack. And so instead, it's a Torment. What do we got? At the start of the Chimera's turn, remove a status token to re-roll a basic Rage die. If that is rolled, the opposing player must discard one card of their choice from their hand or the top of their draw pile. Don't love that. So we have the Summon Salamander Monk in play. We will now bring Guilt Link onto our spell board as well. That costs us a music note to bring that one into play. So now this happens and we roll a basic Rage die and we have to discard a card from our hand or the top of our deck. Don't be Summon Squall Stallion. Guilt Link. No, I would have liked to have kept that. Okay, so now it rolls this. A 4, attack if able. Okay, I've made a good decision to start off. So this is going to attack. It's going to attack Namine. She suffers damage, and then when one or more wound tokens is placed on your Phoenix Spawn as a result of an attack, place a status token on this spell if it has no status tokens on it. So this spell allows us to remove a status token as a side action to destroy a unit you control. If you do, then a target player also destroys a unit they control. So the Salamander Monk and this spell combine to be really effective. Okay, do we want to... So we'll put out our Summon Squall Stallion Conjuration, because we don't need to worry about this guy attacking anymore. And that one's in here. An 11. Attach a Webbed Conjuration to the opposing player's target leftmost non-webbed unit. Reveal, we don't have. Lunge. When this comes into play, roll the behaviour die and add 3 to the result. Resolve the side action of the corresponding behaviour. Now, it's a 12. Well, you know what a 12 is, friends. It's place a red rains token on the Chimera. That guy sucks. And he also retreats at the end of the turn too. He just runs away. So I'm just going to take the opportunity now to guilt... Oh no, we need the Salamander Monk in play, don't we? Oh, it's a side action. Okay, we'll conjure a Salamander Monk into play. And that is our main action. As a side action, we might do Namine's ability, which is place an exhaustion token on the Chimera and on her. We draw 1 card. That puts us at 2 exhaustion tokens, of course. We get a String Mage. Not too bad. Draw 1 card. You may place 1 exhaustion token and an on-target Phoenix Spawn. Yep, that's it. A basic and a 9. Target opposing player must lower 1 dice in their pool, so we'll lower that. What do we need to summon a Squall Stallion? Yep, okay. So we're looking okay so far. We're definitely going to have the ultimate go off, which is bad. So I think destroy a target unit, and that also revealed Torment. Oh, speaking of Torment, I did need to roll this dice and see if we roll a basic. We do not, so we don't have to discard a card. Start of the Chimera's turn, reroll a basic Rage die. Yeah, we can't bring in a String Mage unless we meditate. So let's summon in a horse. A Squall Stallion comes into play. And we draw a card. Summon a Salamander Monk. That is awesome. That is very good for us. Okay. Side action. No. So this goes, and we roll this. It's a basic, so we have to discard a card. We'll do it from the top of our deck. Shatter Pulse. And now we roll these. A 6. Raise a basic raise die. Raise 1 basic rage die 1 level. Reveal and then attack with the revealed aspect if able. Okay, so this is getting raised 1 level. And this is getting put here. So we've already got our second token. After this unit Yeah, so we'll actually block that with our Salamander Monk. We block it with our Squall Stallion. Because then I still get value out of its one attack. That's going to die anyway. So yeah, I'm going to block it with the Squall Stallion. So it is defeated. We now discard one card off the top of our deck. Encore. And when a unit is destroyed, one of ours, we can play this Shatter Pulse. We can't play Shatter Pulse because we don't have 2 music notes. That's annoying. That's okay. We've still got options. Alright, so it's our turn. We will meditate as a side action to turn one of these to a horse. And we will play Summon Salamander Monk onto the board. It's a 12. Come on, man. Stuff it, Deno. Okay, so we place a Red Rains token on the Chimera. That doesn't trigger the ultimate because increase the Chimera's ultimate value for 1 for each exhaustion token on the Chimera or on this card. So it's actually got an ultimate value of 4 right now. Not ideal. And reveal. Oh, how many torments? This one has to go away too. Roll this. Okay, so we don't have to discard a card. We will Guilt Link as a side action this Lunge. It is destroyed. We get 2 there. We will attack with the Salamander Monk onto this Torment for 1 damage. And it is now exhausted. And that's it. We have to so we do that in the reverse order. So the Salamander Monk attacks, then we destroy it. Then a Salamander Monk Spirit comes out. He is not exhausted. But because a person from our thing was destroyed, we're going to play Shatter Pulse. You may play this spell after a unit you control is destroyed. Destroy a target unit. We will destroy this Devour. You may change 2 dice in a target's pool to the side of your choice. 1, 2. So we'll take both of these back to basics. Bring it all back to you. Let's roll that. We do not have to discard a card. A 2 is just a reveal. Lunge, no. We can summon another Salamander Monk. We're going to do that by discarding our Flute Mage as a side action to turn this into that. We'll summon a Salamander Monk. And that is all. So now this guy is going to attack the rightmost unit. That's attack 2, that's attack 2, that's attack 2. So we will step in front with Namine on this first attack. 1, 2. So that Torment is exhausted. That also adds a token to Guilt Link. This one's going to attack here. Our Salamander Monk is going to do that. Need to roll this dice. We have to discard a card from the top of our deck. So this one attacks here. We do 1, but our Salamander Monk dies. And a little Salamander Spirit comes out. This guy, we have to roll this as well. 7. Yeah, that's fine. And resolve the side action of the corresponding behavior. Great, he's going to attack and kill a Salamander Monk Spirit. That's it. That's a punishing turn, right? That's what I'm finding in this situation against these clowns. All right, so the end of the round, we'll go face down. We're going to remove all these. And unfortunately, we're going to remove red rains tags. I'm just going to check some rules. Stand by. Okay, so the first thing that happens when we remove this is we remove a red rains. Then we're going to put 4 red rains down, which is going to mean we're triggering the ultimate twice. Fun. First of all, discard all cards, destroy the leftmost unit. Oh no, my Salamander Monk Spirit. That's it. And then web everyone, but there's no one to web. Now we're ultimating again and deal 3 damage to our Phoenix Born. So that's going to take us to 7. And discard all cards, deal 3 damage, attach a webs to the units they control. So we've escalated twice in the first turn. I would say that is less than ideal. All of these now get tokens, and it is going first, which means we are discarding a bucket load of cards, depending on its rolls. It only fills these ones. This flips back because it's special rule. However, we're going to deal ourselves out some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hope, Salamander Monk, Guilt Link, Scorestain, String Mage. Okay. We need to see a lot of horsies here, don't I? A lot of horsies. 1, 2 horsies. 5 music notes. 3 basics. Alright, well, to start us off, 1, 2 of 3 of these get knocked over. So we're going to roll these. 1, 2. It's our next red rains. And we have to discard a card from the top of our deck, which we will. String Mage, I'm happy with that. Now we roll this dice. It's a 1. Attack if able. If not, reveal. So it is able. So it attacks here with this Torment. That's 2 attack to Namine. We can't do anything about that because we don't have any little guys out there. Let's get a Salamander Monk out, Deno. We'll summon a little guy. Salamander Monk. That's a main action. Costs us a music note. Side actions. We could remove a status token to destroy a unit we control. No, we don't want to do that. Do we want to draw a card? No. We want to get a Squall Stallion out. Alright. Come on down. Oh yeah, and now we got to roll 3 of these. Oh, that's such a bad start. Oh, this is killing me. Alright, we're going to discard 2 cards from the top of our deck. 1, actually we can probably afford to discard a String Mage. I don't think we're going to need 2 more. That was, yeah, discard 1 chart of their choice in their hand off the top of their discard pile. Okay, so they're all done, and now we roll this. So it's a 7. We must lower 3 dice in our pool. No. 1, 2, 3. That is terrible, Deno. Alright, and then reveal. So we know what that is. When this unit comes into play, roll the basic dice. And he gets another red rains. This guy sucks. I hate it. Okay, as a side action, I'm going to destroy that lunge straight away for 2 blood. 1, 2. And that was my side action, exhaust that. As my main action, I think we attack with the Salamander Monk on this Torment. Actually, let's do it on this Torment. Yep, so we'll attack that Torment. It's going to remove it, unless it's blocked, I should say. It's not blocked, so that's 1 more blood. Our Salamander Monk dies, and we get a little Salamander Monk Spirit in as well. but we know that one's attacked, so that's fine, and we're going to be able to bring another Salamander Monk in play. Good, I may have missed a guard roll last turn. A 1, attack if able. So this Torment is going to attack. It will kill our Salamander Monk Spirit, and we'll get another Red Rains. Okay, let's bring on another little Salamander Monk. Little friends. And that is exhausted. So now this guy can kill him. That's our main action. Side action, I reckon we'll discard Summon Salamander Monk to turn one of these back up to a horse. Is it worth doing that now? We won't do that yet, just in case we have to turn cards next turn. 12. Discard all cards in the Chimera's battlefield. Each of the Chimera's opponents must discard 2 cards of total from their hand. So we'll discard a Salamander Monk and a Flute Mage. These all go away. We attach a Webbed Conjuration to our Salamander Monk. And 12 is Reveal. Panic, when it comes into play, reroll 2 basic rage dice. For each basic rolled, we must lower dice in our pool. We just have basics everywhere here. Alright, well, I think our best play is now to summon a Squall Stallion while we can, which is here. And then, as a side action, we'll re-roll these 2 basic rage dice to get rid of our conjuration. Oof, it's punishing. A 4, target opposing player must place 1 exhaustion token on a Phoenixborn or a ready spell they control. We'll put it on this Guilt Link because I've got a second one that I can do. And then Reveal. No. Reveal, attack with the revealed aspect if able. Lunge! When this comes into play, roll the behaviour dice. It's a 9. So we're all basics already. And now it's going to attack our Salamander Monk. We might as well counter at this point. Do 1 damage. I don't think it matters too much. Salamander Monk comes in play here. So this panic we're going to take on Namine. So what we want to do is discard a card from the top of our deck. It's another Flute Mage to turn that into a music note so that we can play Guilt Link as our main action. This is the only one left to attack. It is going to declare an attack on our Squall Stallion. However, Namine will step in front, so she's taken 10 health. We're going ballistic here, by the way. This is just absolutely outrageous. And so now we can play in the Sprinkler. Because Namine took damage, the Guilt Link is active. So we will spend that Guilt Link to destroy this Lunge, because that sucks. 1, 2. And then I think our next option is to Torrent we're going to discard 2 cards from the top of our deck. 1, 2. We're getting very, very low here. Horse. So our main action is to put a Summon Squall Stallion, which costs us the horse. Then our next main action is to summon a Squall Stallion onto the battlefield, which allows us to draw a card. We can place both of these cards on top of a deck to give these Squall Stallions 1 attack. This Squall Stallion will attack here. See if it gets blocked. it does not. So that's 1 blood. We're at 10 of 35. Come on, Deno. Then next turn we'll put this one on top of the deck, which gives both of them that and that. And this Squall Stallion now will attack here, this Torment. And as long as this doesn't get blocked, shouldn't have said that. Oh, good work, Deno. 11. Whew. End of the round. Namine's ability's back online. We've only got 1 Guilt Link. This one comes away. There's 1 aspect left in play, so Red Rains comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this gets flipped. And we're going to discard all of these. We are now first. Draw ourselves 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 4 cards left in our deck, so this has got to be the turn. This Salamander Monk Spirit goes away. And we're very close to another Ultimates. Let's roll our dice. I'm going to pause and think. Let's roll the dice first. Horsey! Horsey! Alright, it's a good roll. We want to get these out as quick as we can. I'll think. Okay. This is an intense turn. We're actually pretty close here. We're first. I'd really like to get when this unit comes into play, draw 1 card. You may discard 1 card from your hand to deal X damage to target unit. So we don't want to bring him on yet. We do want to bring her on, I think. That we definitely want to bring on, but that's probably... I think our best play right now is just summon a Salamander Monk. The little champions. Get in there, buddy. That's our main action. Side action, we are just going to use our Squall Stallion ability to pop a String Mage on top of our deck. And that gives our Squall Stallions 3 attack apiece. A basic and a 9, we must lower 3 non-basic. We don't need the horsies at this point, so I think we'll keep 1 just in case. And then reveal. Panic when this comes into play, reroll 2 basic rage dice. That's 1 and that's 2. Now we're going to use Namine's ability. So if we pour all of our attack, we're still a way off the Spawn of Shadowreck. We're still a little way off. So just to be safe, let's use Namine's ability, which is a side action. We draw 1 card. Then we place an exhaustion token on the Spawn of Shadowreck and on Namine. So that was a side action, and as a main action, we're going to summon another Salamander Monk. So we've got 2 of our little buddies on the board, and that is it for our turn. A 10, attach a webbed conjuration to the target's leftmost webbed unit. That goes there. We reveal. Erratic Strike. Alright, I would like to kill that guy. And we can do that with a crescendo. Deal 1 damage to a target unit you control to deal 3 damage to a target unit. That's a reaction spell. So that's fine. Alternatively, if we discard the River Scold as a side action for both of our Squall Stallions, and then we'll put our Magic Siphon onto our spell board as our main action. A 2 is attack if able. We are able to attack. It's a panic. Namine is going to block that, so she's going to take 1 damage, which adds a status token to Guilt Link. And we can now use Guilt Link to destroy that Erratic Strike. So we will do that. This one is exhausted. We defeat that for 2 blood. 1, 2. We're at 13. That doesn't take anything. That's a side action. Main action. We don't want to do any of those. So yeah, let's bring on our String Mage. And yep, that'll do. Okay. We're right on the edge here. A 9. Target opposing player must lower 3 dice. We've already done that. And then reveal. What have we got? When this comes into play, reroll 2 basic rage dice. Okay. So that can retreat, but we can kill that with a Squall Stallion. So as a side action, do we need to untangle that? It's only -1 attack. If we put Crescendo on top as our side action, that gets us attack 9, 10, 11, 12, which will take us to 25. But we're then going to have a board wipe. We really need to get these in play. So we're going to do a side action here. Change 1 die in your active pool to a side of your choice. So we're going to make this a horsey. And then we're going to change 1 die in a target player's pool to a side of our choice. We'll then attack with our Squall Stallion that is webbed. And we'll play Crescendo. So it deals 1 damage to a unit we control. We'll make it the Squall Stallion. We'll make it the String Mage. And we'll target that panic. We'll target that panic actually. And that will do enough damage to kill it unless we roll a block. We do roll a block. However, we still get to kill this one, 1, 2, 3, with the Crescendo. So that is another 1 blood. And then the Squall Stallion does 1, 2, 3 to the Spawn of Shadowreck. We're 17 of 35. We are right on the very edge. No cards left. No cards left. A 10, attach a web to the leftmost non-webbed, and then reveal. So this one is webbed. Devour. Alright, we need to kill that guy. So this Squall Stallion is going to attack the Devour. It is going to kill him. Unless the Chimera blocks or guards. So it doesn't. So we get 2 blood. 1, 2. Our Squall Stallion dies, but loses the webbed. And our Salamander Monks and our String Mage are still online. I don't know if I rolled that. I think I did. So that's an 8. Lower 3 basic dice. They're already lowered. Erratic Strike. Okay, so we have our third red rains, but because of that exhaustion token, we count it as being 1 higher. We are in real trouble. We are in real trouble. We don't have any good way of clearing this Erratic Strike. How many cards have we got left? 5. So I don't want to discard cards. Don't want to discard cards. So as our main action, our String Mage is going to attack the Panic. That does 1 damage, but doesn't exhaust it. Does exhaust us. Does 1 damage to us. A 1. Attack if able. So this attacks the rightmost unit. This Salamander Monk will step in front. Salamander Monk Spirit appear. He can't do that, sorry. He cannot do that. He does not have unit guard. So the String Mage is just going to die. That's it. It is now exhausted. This Salamander Monk will attack that Panic. It does 1 damage. This one, probably. Oh, that was another. This is like intensity level 1,000,000. Attach a webbed to a leftmost non-webbed unit. No. And then 11, reveal. So this one reveals. It's another Erratic Strike. That's bad. As our side action on this turn, we're going to clear this webbed. Very good. As a main action on our turn, we will pass. So this here is going to attack. Our Salamander Monk will step in front. When this unit declares an attack, I roll the behaviour die. If the result is even, destroy the opposing player's leftmost exhausted unit. That's our Squall Stallion's gone. And then it attacks the Salamander Monk and kills him. A little Salamander Monk Spirit here. This guy attacks here. Roll the behaviour die. It's probably going to kill this guy. A 1. Destroy our leftmost wounded unit. There isn't one. So we'll block with this guy. Oh man, this game is outstanding. Okay, but each of the opponents must discard 2 cards in total from their hand, spellboard, or top of their draw pile. So we're going to discard this and this. Guilt Link is the 2 cards we're going to discard. So this comes off, 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 this comes off. This comes off and removes this. We then get 1, 2, 3 from these 3 guys still on the board. So that triggers that. And unfortunately, we're tapped now. We're at our last 5 cards. Whew. And we don't have our big Squall Stallion hitters. But we're still in with a swing here, because I know that we have a couple of crescendos that can deal 3 damage to a target unit, 3 damage to a target unit. The River Scold doesn't do much. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3. This guy is first. That's cocked, fortunately. A 10. Attach a webbed, so this guy's webbed. And then reveal. Paranoia. We cannot use basic dice to pay for costs. I don't like you, Paranoia. Let's get a little Salamander Spirit out to help us out, Salamander Monk. And then as a side action, we will Guilt Link this Erratic Strike off the board. That's 2 blood. 1, 2. 21. 14 away. Come on, Deno. That's a 9. We must lower 3 non-basic. 1, 2, 3. And that's another reveal. Another Paranoia. Did I roll that? I think I did. So if this Salamander Monk attacks here, he will kill that. And then he'll die. And we can also play a Crescendo, clear off this Encore. And that'll be fine. Kill the Erratic Strike, and then we bring Horsies on, and we swing for the fences. That's still a Horsey. Yep. Alright, so this Salamander Monk is going to declare an attack there. Does it get guarded by the guard guy? You are an idiot, guard guy. We'll still play Crescendo and discard this Encore. So that's going to kill this. Crescendo payment. We do 1, 2, 3 damage to the Spawn of Shadowreck because we do that and that. And our Salamander Monk is exhausted. As a side action, let's remove that webbed. Alright, come on, Deno. A 1 and a basic, attack if able. This guy is going to attack the rightmost Salamander Monk. We will accept that and let our Salamander Monk die, which brings a little Salamander Monk Spirit in play. That is now exhausted. Let's summon a Squall Stallion. Now, I cannot use basic dice to pay for costs, so I have to do that. This says draw 1 card. I think that means I take a wound, because if you can't draw... No, that's not right. It's only during the exhaustion phase, and for him. So we'll put out a Squall Stallion, and that's all okay. Yep. That's it. 7. We must lower 3, so that goes down, and that goes to a music note, so we can still summon a Salamander Monk and reveal. So it's going to stop rolling. Paranoias for days. Paranoias for days. Alright, we will summon a Salamander Monk as our main action. And that's all. So this one's going to attack our Salamander Monk. It's going to kill it. And it's going to bring a Spirit out. That one's done. This Salamander Monk will attack that Panic. Does it get guarded? Nope. Go, little Salamander Monks. 25. Come on. That was it. Yep. So that one is there. So this will kill this Salamander Monk Spirit. We can pass now. And we will pass. This attacks the Squall Stallion and does 2 damage. And now that Paranoia is no longer online. So we're going to discard Guilt Link from our spell board to meditate as a side action. And as a main action, we're going to summon a Squall Stallion. Then as a side action, we're going to put this card on top of our deck to give a token here and a token here. And as a main action, we'll play Encore, which is an action card dispel. We'll choose this, and that we can draw it onto our deck. Then as a side action, we'll put this back on top of our deck to get Squall Stallions extra. And then it's passed, so if we pass, that's it. Red Rains comes out, we discard 2 from our spell board. We'll still be able to swing for a decent amount. Yep, so we'll pass and put this River Scold on top of our deck to flip these to 3 each. I think we've done it. I think we've done it. So 3 Red Rains appear, discard all cards in the Chimera's battlefield. We must discard 2 cards from our hand or discard pile or spell board. We'll get rid of our 2 Squall Stallions. Boom. This Salamander Monk goes away. There's no recovery on that Squall Stallion. We've fatigued the Chimera for what it's worth. I don't think it's worth too much, because we are now first. And we will I think swing for 8, 9, which gets us to 34. We draw 1, 2, and then we take 3 damage from the cards we're unable to draw. 1, 2, 3. As a side action, we're going to place a card from the top of our hand or draw pile to give our Squall Stallions an extra attack. Namine is at 14 of 17. So we can afford to take 1 attack. What we can't afford that was a side action. We'll summon a Salamander Monk as our main action. What we can't afford is to get an attack. For us, is there any way? Yeah, okay. Good luck, Deno. Good luck. A 12. I think we can still do it. So each of the Chimera's opponents discards cards. We'll discard both of those from our spell board. It reveals this. How many 12s have I rolled this game? Panic. No, reroll 2 basic rage dice. Look at this. We discard that to the top of our deck as a side action. Everyone attacks. 5, 10, 11, 12, 37. Ultimate went off about 15 times. Heroic level 2. Conquered with Namine. She's got 3 health left. I'm pretty sure I got just about everything right there. I don't think we got too much wrong. I'm sure if there's some Ashes aficionados, they might be able to pick up some things I got wrong there, but I feel like I get this game pretty well. So this is a really fun deck. These little Salamander Monk guys are so fun. They're just value. You know, you're paying one dice and you're getting one little body that can block and plink a point of damage, and then another little body that can block as well. So they're really fun. The Score Stallions are excellent. That is the most decked out I think I've been in this game ever. That's the first time I've played Heroic 2. So other than the practice game I played, and the practice game actually went a little bit better than that. I only got the ultimate on level 3 off once or twice, and I was able to get it done on turn 4. That was turn 5, so that was tight. What a great game. All right, we're going to play a campaign next. The next episode of BigDenoPlays Ashes is going to be a campaign version. We're going to play against the Flood of Moon Cove, and we'll do that on probably basic, because I'm going to use a deck that I have not used at all. So let me know if there's a character you'd like me to play or something like that for people that are watching Ashes, that like Ashes, that know the characters. I've got all of them now, so yeah. All right, that's it. What a great match. Namine gets through with the skin of her dress. I'll catch you on the next episode. BigDeno out.